Hello, my name is Jeb Sabado, student of TIPQC taking up Professional Science Masters in Data Science. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate to you how I applied the machine learning model on the dataset and deployed it using Django framework. Also, I will be making my web app available for public through the use of ngrok. Let's get started. Now we look into this Jupyter notebook, and first we import the necessary libraries such as NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, and Scikit-learn. The dataset is originally from the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases. The objective of this dataset is to diagnostically predict whether or not a patient has diabetes or not. The contents of the dataset consist of several medical predictor variables and one target variable, which is the outcome. We then first load the dataset from the CSV file and use the head function to see the first records. After that, we do some exploratory data analysis, and for that we use the describe function. We can see that the columns of the glucose, blood pressure, skin thickness, insulin levels, and BMI have zero values, which doesn't make sense. With that, we can change the zero values to none so that we can easily change it later with suitable values. After changing the values to none for the rest of the 5 columns, we use the fill na function to replace the none values with their distribution, which is their mean. After that, we use the standard scalar from sklearn and save it to a variable named sc_x. We then save the predictor values to x and use the function fit transform from the standard scalar. Also, we do the same for the target variable, which is the outcome column, and save it to the variable y. Next is we do train test split and use the test size of 0.2 or 20%. Thus, the train set is 80%. After that, for the model, we are using k-nearest neighbors and set it to 11 n neighbors. I've used 11 neighbors because it gave me the highest accuracy, which is 80%. After running the model, we import the pickle library to save our model. Also, it will avoid us to rerun the whole model again and again. So we dump knn and save it as a classifier pickle file. Same goes for the standard scalar, which is named to a variable sc_x, and save it to a sc pickle file. Now we go to the Django framework for the deployment, and here we can see the homepage HTML for our web app, also our prediction page. As you can see, we named the inputs as N1 for the number of pregnancies, N2 for the glucose levels, N3 for the blood pressure, N4 for the skin thickness, and so on and so forth. Next is the result HTML file, where after the input values, it will be redirected here. Whereas I've used if-else statement to start a condition and to what image file will appear in relation to the prediction result. And finally, the result_pred, a variable where the text result is stored. Another thing is the urls.py, where all of the links of the path are declared. Lastly, the views.py file, where we program the define function and some of the web app's functionality. Again, we import the necessary libraries. We use the sc variable to load the standard scalar in the sc pickle file. Also use the model variable to load the classifier pickle file or the knn model. We then get the values from the prediction page and set the data type as float, and then save it to their corresponding variables such as val1, val2, and so on. We use the .array function of numpy to save the values into a single variable named input features. Next, it will save the prediction in the pred variable. In it, we will use a prediction function from the ML model. Use input features as input and reshape it so that we can use fit transform using the standard scaler. So if the pred result has an area of 1, it will give this result. Else it will display this result. After that, it will return to the results HTML file. Next, we go to the command prompt of the Anaconda Navigator and change the directory to the root of the Django project folder and type in py manage.py run server to start the localhost server. So you can see that I've already accessed the localhost server and loaded the web app on the browser. Now we click the Let's Get Started button to redirect to the prediction page. As you can see, we have input boxes for the predictor values. So to test if our model is working correctly, we will have to use the values on the original dataset and see if it matches the outcome. First, we input the values where the outcome will be 1 or it has diabetes. As you can see, it displayed that the patient may have diabetes. Next, we try to input the values where the outcome will be 0 or it has no diabetes. There you go, it displayed no diabetes. Therefore, our ML deployment is a success. Now for the public deployment, we will use ngrok. To download, go to its website. Next is create your auth token by registering into their site. Copy it. Next is we go to the directory of your downloaded ngrok file and then put cmd so that the command prompt will appear. We input ngrok and then auth token and then paste your auth token. Next is we type in ngrok http and your port number. In my case, it's 8000, as you can see it in your localhost web. And hit enter. And now that it's online, you can see that it generated us a link. So we copy it, put it in our address bar for the browser. But first, let me just edit our settings for the Django framework and put it in our allowed hosts so that we can access it publicly. And then we hit enter. Alright, as you can see, we have already accessed our public website. So to test again our website, we have to input values to see if it's working. Then hit submit. Great! And that is it for my demonstration on how I deployed my ML model using Django framework and making it public through the use of ngrok. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, everyone.